So, this dev release really reflects BlockDAG's continued momentum toward becoming a secure, scalable, and developer-first blockchain platform. It introduces deep NFT transaction insights, comprehensive support for ERC-721 and ERC-1155 standards, and infrastructure readiness for upcoming blockchain runtime upgrades. Alongside major Explorer improvements and foundational blockchain research, we're delivering tangible enhancements that improve both user trust and protocol adaptability. By streamlining NFT operations, refining smart contract data visualization, and laying the groundwork for modular blockchain runtime evolution, BlockDAG strengthens its commitment to transparency, flexibility, and long-term network resilience. The purpose here is to provide a comprehensive update on recent developments across the Explorer and blockchain core, focused on supporting NFT visibility, ERC token standard integrations, smart contract fidelity, and strategic runtime upgrade preparation. These changes empower developers, boost user confidence, and prepare the network for sustainable innovation. We've deployed a new API endpoint for NFT minting transaction insights, showing token metadata minter identity and, more. There's now integrated full support for ERC-721 contracts, enabling mint transfer and ownership lookups. We also enabled ERC-1155 contract compatibility, accommodating multi-token use cases within Explorer and back-end services. Blockchain RPCs were tested in isolated environments to validate performance and compatibility for future runtime shifts. Plus, we launched an in-depth research and development initiative for blockchain runtime upgrade strategies, including hot swap support and state-preserving upgrades. And finally, we've identified and are actively resolving key Explorer bugs, from hex data visibility and log completeness to incorrect ERC labeling and UX inconsistencies. For developers, NFT creation, transfer, and ownership can now be audited in detail through the Explorer and API. Accurate ABI-based parsing and event rendering really improve traceability, debugging, and contract monitoring, making the whole process a lot smoother. For ecosystem builders, with ERC-721 and ERC-1155 support, projects can launch advanced NFT and token economies seamlessly on BlockDAG. Improved labeling and contract data in the Explorer help build user trust and boost contract discoverability. For infrastructure teams, blockchain runtime upgrade strategies ensure that future enhancements, like protocol improvements, state migrations, and new consensus logic, can be deployed with minimal or even zero downtime. Plus, isolated RPC testing environments allow for safe experimentation before anything goes live on mainnet. So, for users, a responsive and transparent Explorer interface provides visibility into every transaction, mint, and contract interaction. NFT users gain clarity on minting events, token IDs, and metadata with just a few clicks. Explorer now features a new NFT minting transaction API. A powerful API endpoint has been released to allow developers and users to retrieve minting transaction data with precision. The following data points are accessible: token ID, NFT contract address, minter's wallet address, transaction hash, block timestamp, and token metadata URL, including IPFS and CID. This endpoint forms the backbone for NFT marketplace integrations, wallet visualizations, and provenance tracking. ERC-721 smart contract support is here. Explorer and backend services now fully support ERC-721 standard functions, like mint and safe mint visibility, owner of and balance of queries, transfer event decoding with token ID references, and metadata rendering from token URI, whether it's hosted on IPFS or HTTPS. This enables seamless NFT discovery, browsing, and verification for single token NFTs. ERC-1155 contract integration is here. Now, ERC-1155's multi-token capabilities are accurately represented. We've enabled decoding of safe transfer from, batch transfer, and mint batch methods, ensuring correct interpretation of both fungible and non-fungible transfers. There's also event log support for transfer single and transfer batch, making the whole process much more transparent and reliable. blockchain core updates are underway with a focus on RPC infrastructure testing. A dedicated environment has been deployed to rigorously test the performance and compatibility of our JSON RPC services with upgraded runtime structures. The main focus areas include endpoint responsiveness, especially during high-frequency query bursts, state consistency validation between the API and the underlying ledger, and of course, failure case logging, along with request fallback mechanisms. After testing is complete, the environment will be safely discarded once all conclusions are documented and merged into our production strategies. We're actively working on a blockchain runtime upgrade strategy, and research and development are in progress. Recognizing the need for agile evolution without compromising consensus or chain integrity, we've launched a research initiative to explore viable runtime upgrade pathways. Areas under study include hot swapping of runtime modules, which lets us dynamically replace components to avoid full redeployment, and governance-based upgrades that empower token holders to vote on runtime version changes. We're also looking at state preservation and migration to ensure smart contract continuity and data integrity across versions, as well as node fallback and rollback support in case of failed updates or incompatibility. Plus, we're doing a comparative study of Substrate, Cosmos SDK, and Ethereum upgrade mechanisms. A formal strategy document with architecture-specific recommendations, trade-offs, and compatibility options will be published in an upcoming cycle. So, let's talk about some open issues. Right now, raw hex data is missing on transaction pages. That means developers just can't view the raw call data for transactions, which is, honestly, a pretty fundamental diagnostic layer. Good news though, there's a patch in progress to reintroduce this feature soon. Another thing to note is, we're seeing partial or incomplete event logs. Emitted events are currently missing some key fields, like the event name, index topics, and parameter types. This really impacts contract observability, but don't worry, it's going to be resolved in the next Explorer patch. And, yeah, there's also an issue with incorrect ERC-20 tags for non-ERC-20 contracts. For example, contracts like token vesting are being misclassified because of incorrect ABI parsing. The logic is being refactored so it can detect token standards based on function signatures and metadata, which should fix that problem moving forward. So, one of the open issues right now is the absence of contract names in the user interface. The lack of contract names on the overview page actually makes navigation and identification pretty cumbersome. To address this, a naming resolver module is being implemented, and it's going to use verified metadata along with constructor naming. Another open issue is with the node visualizer user experience. The view toggle between the list and 3D modes doesn't really have intuitive labels or icons, which can be confusing. A redesign is currently underway to improve overall usability and help users orient themselves better within the visualization tool. Okay, so, fixed issues. We've resolved display inconsistencies in contract event logs for single transactions. We also addressed rendering issues in the Explorer faucet layout on both mobile and desktop. Plus, those previous session timeout bugs and caching inconsistencies in the Explorer UI have now been permanently fixed. Next steps. We're going to roll out token metadata preview for ERC-721 and ERC-1155 NFTs within transaction details and contract pages. We'll also complete and publish the blockchain runtime upgrade strategy document. On top of that, we plan to extend the node visualizer with node connection details, toggles, and improved filtering. Finally, we'll be finalizing the ABI parser enhancement to accurately render function names for custom and batch methods. Feedback. We really welcome developers, testers, and community contributors to help shape the evolution of BlockDAG. Your feedback is what actually drives our roadmap. So, join the dev forum and participate in testing, beta access, and governance proposals. In conclusion, this release just underscores BlockDAG's unwavering focus on scalability, transparency, and usability. With foundational improvements in NFT minting traceability, standardized contract integrations, and proactive research into blockchain runtime evolution, we're not just catching up, we're really designing forward. As we move toward broader runtime adaptability, smart contract flexibility, and Web3 ecosystem interoperability, your engagement is what will elevate BlockDAG from a promising protocol to a movement of decentralized excellence. Stay with us. The future is being forged block by block.